This Atlanta rapper just got sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 75 years for activities he chose to do after his fame and money ran out. And spoiler, it's not murder. A lot of us know who Cash Out is from that one particular hit. Got a condo, her marriage, Carol, I'm cashing out. That was my jam. That was probably your jam too.
Got a condo on my wrist, girl, I'm cashing out.
After this hit and maybe Flood the Streets, I didn't hear much else from Cash Out. I'm not disrespecting him. He's probably somebody's favorite rapper. I didn't hear much else from him after those 2 hits. And it looks like the money dried up, the fame dried up, and he resorted to what a lot of dudes do when they don't have a viable means of making an income. They start pimping. But in the case of Cash Out, his situation was a little bit more unique because he started his pimping operation with his mama. They both ran the operation and trafficked women, apparently. The operation eventually came to an end and a halt in 2023 when those women cooperating with the police accused Cash Out and his mama of trafficking them, raping them, and violating them in multiple ways.
The trial for the Atlanta-based rapper Cash Out is expected to begin. His real name is John Gibson. He was indicted in 2023 on several charges, including sex trafficking and luring women into prostitution. 4 others also charged in this case. They're accused of forming Pyrez Music Group LLC, but then using the company to recruit and entice women to engage in commercial activity.
The charges as is were already serious, but they made it super serious when they added a RICO. They are accusing Cash Out of leading a criminal enterprise ran by himself, his mama, and his cousin Tyrone Taylor, aka Ruski, and others. The operation ran from 2013 to 2017, and they would accuse Cash Out of essentially being like the leader, and they would utilize the music opportunities that came from working with Cash Out to essentially recruit their victims. They would claim that the organization committed trafficking, rape, aggravated sodomy, aggravated strangulation or deadly weapon, false imprisonment, possession of a firearm during a felony, etc., all in furtherance of Cash Out, to enrich Cash Out. And because he's the leader, he took a bulk of this and he got the most serious of the punishment. Pimping as is deplorable. I don't care what y'all say. I think it's disgusting that grown men who don't know how to make a viable income, make an income off of pushing degeneracy. Go get a job, homie. Like, go get a job, bruh. The factory is hiring, construction is hiring, bruh. You sit on your behind and apparently whoop on and violate women and make them go out and earn you an income. It's deplorable. But what he's been accused of in terms of exactly how he went about his pimping operation to recruit victims is one of the nastiest, most heinous things I've ever heard. Pimping consensually is one thing. If a chick wants to choose up and give you, I guess, the power to control her life, and she wants to go out and work for 16 hours and come home and give you all her money while you've been home all day playing the PlayStation, that's on her and that's on you. It's still horrible. It's still disgusting. You should probably go to jail for it, but that's on y'all. That's on y'all. But what Cash Out was doing, I don't think anybody can defend it because this is gross. One woman testified during the June 2025 trial that she met Cash Out at a gas station on Old National Highway while going through a tough time with no place to stay. He offered to help her make money, but instead, he took her to a house in Hapville where she couldn't leave, and then he allegedly raped her and explained she had to perform acts for clients to earn her keep and food. She described being trapped and only fed if she generated income for him. Other victims, not named publicly, reported similar patterns of recruitment, isolation, essay violence, and exploitation tying into RICO conspiracy. This man was literally going to the local highway, finding homeless chicks, offering them a place to stay, and then letting them know, hey, bro, if you want to eat, you got to gargle semen till noon. This is not, son. And it wasn't just Cash Out. They had text messages from like 8 different phones. They had coordination. They actually ran a really organized operation on how to recruit and how to make the women earn income. All of this would have been avoided, bro, if honestly, you would have probably just treated them better, right? Like, yo, if these chicks at some point were willing to sign up for it, you could have probably gotten away with this, to be honest, by just treating them better. But you essentially get these chicks, they're bringing you all your income, and then you treat them like filth. That don't work out. Of course they're gonna turn on you, right? Right? Because this is pretty rare, to be honest. Like most women of the nights, most 304s don't turn on a pimp. You turn on a gorilla pimp, a pimp who's just, bro, he just ruling with an iron fist, treating you like you an object. This entire case is freaky and nasty, bro. Look at count 12. What does this mean? Aggravated sodomy, right? Apparently between January 11th of 2019 and January 12th of 2019, the exact date being unknown by the grand jury. Now they're saying that Cash Out did unlawfully and with force perform a sexual act involving accused male sex organs in the mouth of Jordan Adams against the will of the said Jordan Adams by placing accused sex organs into and upon the mouth of said Jordan Adams. This man forced the bed to eat the dude's butt. What type? This level of degeneracy deserves life in prison. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, homie. Any man who partaken in behavior like this, you deserve life in prison. There's only two options here. You're either outrageously broke to the point where you are willing to force a bit to eat somebody's butt so you can get $1, man. And whoever is paying for that, bro, you are a nasty fella. Or you're just a freak. You have just reached levels of degeneracy. You're just super freaked out to where we can't even trust you to come back in society. Somebody that freaked out who's doing that for gratification, I don't know what you'll do. I don't trust what you will do. Now, the judge apparently thought so too. All right. Because Cash Out and his co-conspirators got probably the most lengthy sentences I think I've ever seen in a trafficking case, like involving pimping. So Cash Out got 2 life sentences plus 75 years. His cousin got 2 life sentences plus 94 years. If you were doing something freakier than what they have accused Cash Out of doing, Brad, then I don't know. I don't even want to know what you did, my boy. Now, his mama with the BBL, she's 50 plus years old, probably 60 years old with a newly fresh BBL. She got 30 years. They going to enjoy that BBL in prison. Cash Out got an opportunity to speak in court, and Cash Out took the opportunity to address his court and to proclaim his innocence. Cash Out claims that they're lying on him, that he was lied on, that those women ain't endure what they was in court crying about enduring, and that they are spiteful, and that this is all a conspiracy against them.
Good morning today, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I want to start out by thanking you for giving us a fair trial.
Big mistake, bruh. Big mistake, bruh. You went into that courtroom and told them folks, thank you for giving me a fair and just trial. Big mistake, bruh. The majority of cases that are overturned based on minute details, all right? Based on justice not being carried out. So if you're someone who's trying to appeal, like the chances are that you go to court and you appeal on, hey, bruh, my rights were violated. The courts did this wrong and this wrong and this wrong and violated my rights. That's over with. You already said it was a fair trial.
I want to thank the jurors for the amount of time that they put in to judge this trial. This time being on this trial, I was able to see how the jurors are put in a tough position to, sit there and judge someone's life, and, it's a hard decision, and I felt like they made the wrong judgment. I've done things in my life, I'm not perfect. But the things I've been accused of, I know that I haven't done those things. I know it's typical for a person to come up here and, show remorse to, crimes that they have done, but I can only show remorse to the people that I know that was in this trial, which is Kiara Adams, Deanna Sanders, and Jasmine Brown. Not remorse on behalf of like I did anything to them, because if you know me, and people who really know me know that I wouldn't force anybody to do anything. I met women, I dated women who were doing escort or whatever, however people want to look at it from a moral standpoint, but who was doing these things as a grown woman. I've only dealt with grown women.
This man sat in them folks' courtroom and told them I was a pimp. I pimped a lot of escorts, but Your Honor, they agreed to doing it. So I ain't do nothing wrong. Oh, nah, son. Yo, you asking for 200 years, yo. You beg for that 2 life sentence, homie. Yo, Your Honor, I can't express no remorse right now, Your Honor, because they allow me to be their pimp. Huh? Bro, pimping is still illegal, homie. Even if you believe, hey, bro, I ain't do the other stuff they accused me of doing, you still come to court and you express remorse for the pimping. But when you tell this judge, who's a woman, by the way, who's looking at you, I ain't do nothing wrong, I'll do it again. Well, hey, go ahead and do these life sentences.
Nothing was forced. Nothing was coerced or anything of that nature. If you notice, before this trial, no woman can say anything about me before this trial. If you notice, before this indictment, no woman can say anything about me before this indictment. I get the situations that people are put in when they're faced with a certain type of crime or a certain type of time, and they're bullied into this situation to put the blame on someone, or to put the blame on Cash Out, or to put the blame on someone who's at the top. That's why I didn't really fault them for their decision. I didn't fault Deanna Sanders for making her decision during a proffer. She just had a child. Mind you, she was just on video call with me while being incarcerated. I don't fault Kiara Adams for doing the things she did with her proffer, because mind you, she was facing a certain amount of time handling her probation in different cases that she's on. I don't fault people for making accusations, because I'm a man that typically let women leave on their own behalf. Never held them in prison or held them in slavery or said, you can't leave me, or you can't do this. Every woman you seen come on this stand showed you that they left and came back willingly on their own. What I mean by that, they left on their own and they came back willingly on their own. During this trial, I was able to see, how valuable life is, and how valuable the people that you hang around, or the people that you even date, or the people that you even know, how valuable it is to judge their character. Sometimes I let people stay around who I knew was going to affect a situation that I had going on. So I don't, and for the people who came to this trial that I never met a day in my life, never had any contact with them, never had a text message with them, never had an interaction with them, don't even know where most of these stories came from, it's baffling. I'm sitting here just holding my head high and just, feeling that one day the truth will come out. One day the truth will come out on my situation. One day the truth will come out on this rape allegation, that these things never happened. And when you see a person get up on that stand and put their hand on the Bible and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, that means you have to be perfect, like you're Jesus. You have to be perfect on that stand. You can't show a flaw. And that's a tough one. It's a tough one for me, because I had flaws in my life. So you have to tell the complete truth on that stand. And I got up there and see people put their hand on that Bible and not tell the complete truth. And that's baffling. But at the end of the day, I put my trust in the Most High. I put my trust in the universe to bring out the truth, to bring out the truth of these people who made these allegations.
And keep God out the malarkey, man. Keep God out the foolery, man. Where was God when the forceful sodomy was taking place, bro? Where was God at, man? When you had a woman lips on an anus? Nah, homie. Nah, keep God out of this, bro. Y'all too freaked out for God, homie. But hey, y'all let me know. Do y'all think he's innocent? Do y'all think he's being framed? Do y'all think he got a unfair trial? Let me know in the comment section. And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here on my screen to find out why 4Extra may ban No Jumper from LA after this recent interview on No Jumper. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.